You're listening to the Betoota Advocate's weekly news wrap on Desert Rock FM 96.5.
Welcome back to the Betoota Advocate Weekly Bulletin. A lot going on in the world. You've got Clancy Overall and Effie Bateman here to run you through the news cycle of this week. How are you going, Effie?
I'm good. I'm off to some cabaret tonight, which will be fun. And I've heard back from Wendell about his areola reduction surgery.
That's good to hear. He's doesn't have any shadows left over from the...
No, apparently they actually took too much. So they've got to
2 cent nips.
Yeah, so now he's got nothing there and they actually have to transplant some of his gooch skin to his nipples because they were able to do a colour match.
Well, it'll be equally as smooth as well, the gooch
skin.
So that's good news. Can you just quickly tell me what the difference is between cabaret and burlesque?
Is burlesque more, you see a bit more, perhaps?
I don't know. My
That's a good
understanding
question.
was burlesque is basically what rich girls do when they want to have the same vibe as strippers but feel above them.
Yes, that's exactly that. And former horse girls as well.
Yeah, former horse girls.
Yeah.
If you were in Pony Club at a young age, you're likely involved in burlesque. That's just the rules, as reported by Effie Bateman. Now, what's up in the news this week?
Well, starting off, and the cost of living crisis has seen a local girl return to the broke woman's Mecca, which is Priceline.
Yes, a local woman hit hard by the cost of living crisis has been forced to return to her OG Cosmetica as she comes to realise that dropping $80 on a blush just isn't feasible anymore. Clara Bow, 30, tells The Advocate that the sacrifice has been just one of many she's made recently, stating that her most recent gas bill is what sent her over the edge. Though she loves nothing more than perusing the aisles of Mecca for unnecessary makeup purchases, she's had to make do with returning to Priceline, which at least also satiates her recent vitamin hyperfixation, if there's any consolation there. She said,
I really thought by the age of 30 I'd have a decent disposable income. I mean, I know I won't buy a house or probably even have kids because who can afford that? But yeah, no more NARS or Too Faced for me. I'm a Revlon girl now.
And good on her.
Today's podcast is brought to you by NordVPN, which keeps your devices malware-free and your browsing safe from strangers' eyes.
And, most importantly, allows you to freely watch overseas content without any restriction, such as American Netflix or streaming sports while you're travelling.
I hear Wendell has been making the most of his NordVPN trial to tune into his beloved Summer Heights High reruns.
Wouldn't have taken him for a Chris Lilly fan. There you go. Yes, NordVPN will give you swift access to content from all over the world and are currently offering an exclusive deal for Betoota listeners.
Yep, and to take advantage of this free trial, go to nordvpn.com/Betoota, which is risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee.
Yes, and continuing on with the Povo news, a local woman realises mates grew up in a significantly different socio-economic bracket after being invited on a ski trip.
Yes, a woman who moved to Sydney a year ago has slowly discovered that her new friends have had a significantly different upbringing after being asked to join a skiing trip as though she knew what to do when going on a skiing trip. April Lawson tells the Betoota Advocate her biggest culture shock since moving to the Big Smoke was that everyone seems to be able to ski like it's normal and a normal accessible hobby, and that she had no idea she was the Povo friend until now. She said,
They couldn't believe I didn't know how to ski, like it was as normal as getting your driver's license. Apparently they all used to go on skiing trips with their family and that's why they're so good at it.
Though she'd long suspected she was the Joey Tribbiani of the friend group, April says she might head down to the local RSL happy hour and see if she can find some friends in her own income bracket.
Up next, and a son stuck in Japan, unable to make it home to surprise mum because Alan Joyce willingly sold him a ticket to a cancelled flight.
Yes, an Australian man who's been living in the land of the rising sun will not be able to feel like home again after Australia's national carrier fucked him over. This follows the news that a regulatory probe that could see Qantas fined as much as $600 million for allegedly selling tickets on 8,000 cancelled ghost flights in 2002. Meaning customers were charged out the arse for exorbitantly gouged tickets on planes that were never going to take off in the first place.
The young man, who appears to be one of those weird upper-middle-class Australians who were fascinated by Asian culture, will now have to forego his trip home to Australia on business class because Alan Joyce has fucked up so badly that even loyal passengers from the front of the plane are being betrayed in a greedy attempt to keep the shareholders happy.
Mum is absolutely shattered. Good one, Alan.
And finishing up, new feed a family of 4 for $10 ad to include a $2 bag of rice, $3 tomatoes, and a map of IBIS hotspots.
Yes, as old clips from the 2017 Feed a Family of 4 for $10 Coles ad explodes on TikTok, the supermarket giant has been forced to hit back at critics who suggest it's now impossible to cook a Curtis Stone meal on a 2023 budget. These videos, which show everyday people attempting to piece together simple ingredients for a $10 dinner and failing miserably, highlight just how dire the cost of living crisis has become, with even a standard packet of regular 1 kilogram mince already blowing out the budget. Coles has now defended claims of price gouging by insisting it is actually very possible to feed a family of 4 if you use your imagination, and if you aren't afraid to get your hands a little dirty.
Working with the government, Coles has opted for a kill 2 birds with 1 Curtis Stone by significantly reducing the ibis population and providing Australians with a cheap source of meat, which can be delivered up to a family of 4 with a $2 bag of rice, $3 cherry tomatoes, $2 baby spinach, and $2.70 Dolmio sauce.
Sounds yummy, actually.
Yum. Like maybe saute in some bin juice.
You boil them first and then pluck them, because they've all got skin conditions, obviously. So then you need to cut off the meat that has been plagued, I guess, by the different illnesses that they pick up from the scrounging around bins. But apparently it's a pretty good meat. Tastes like what?
Chicken.
That's all from us this week. Thanks for tuning in.
See you later.